Agriculture crop pests. Crop pest. Pests are living organisms that destroys crop in terms of quality and quantity. Economic importance of pests. They reduce the market value of crop plants in terms of quality. It increases cost of production on the farm when pests are being controlled. Crop pests result into low production, which affect national income of the country. Pest damage may result into food shortage, famine for both people and animals. This may lead to migration, death, and buying of food. Use of chemicals to control pests interferes with the environment. Some pests are eaten as food. Effects/damages of pests in agricultural production. Pest sucks plant juice and introduces pathogens like virus. Pest also lowers the quality of crop produce, e.g. maize weevil on maize grain. Some pests like termite attack plant roots, leading to total death of the whole plant. Agriculture crop pests. They eat up flowers, which reduce the rate of reproduction of crop plants. Pests also create wound on the crop plants, which act as an entry point for pathogens. Pests also feed on the plant sap containing minerals, leading to mineral deficiency. Pests also lower the quality of crop plants directly by defecating on stored produce, laying eggs in produce, etc. Pests also introduces toxic saliva into the plant tissues, which interferes with growth, e.g. nematodes feed on leaf, leading to gall formation. They cause honeydew around the wounded part of crop plant. This attracts flies that bring in pathogens to crop. They also deplete the leaves of crop plant defoliation. Pests also introduce toxin into the crop plants, making them inedible, e.g. aflatoxin in groundnuts caused by fungus Aspergillus species. Insect pests also suck plant juice from the growing point, causing wilting of the plants, hence death. Pest also increases cost of production on the farm as farmers tries to control them. Agriculture crop pests. Storage pests attack the produce in stores, e.g. maize weevil, bean, brachet, red flower beetle. According to the number of plant species they attack. Hosts. Monophagous pests. These feed on only one crop, e.g. banana, weevil. Allophagous pests feed on few species of plants that are normally of the same family, e.g. stalk borers that feed on cereal, bollworms which feed on vegetables. Polyphagous pests that feed on many species of plants and they are very difficult to control, g. American bollworms which attack maize, cotton, bee, and tomato, sorghum, etc. According to stage of crop attacked. Seedling pests, e.g. cutworms which attacks all cereals at young stage. Target pests, these attack crops at all stages of growth, e.g. maize, stalk borer, and sugarcane stalk borer. According levels of pest damage. Major pests which cause significant damage, e.g. locusts. Agriculture crop pests. Examples of biting and chewing pests are monkey, termites, rodents. Larva stage of butterfly caterpillars. Damage is caused by biting and chewing pest. They cause physical injury to the stem, roots, and leaves of crop plants. They expose plant cells which make pathogens to enter into the plant tissues. They eat leaves of plants, reducing on the rate of photosynthesis. They cause rotting to stem and tubers after creating wound. They reduces crop yield. Piercing and sucking pests. These are pests which sharp stylets slash proboscis that they use to pierce plant tissues and suck plant sap. Examples include the following: cotton stain aphids, butterflies, mealybugs, cotton leaf hoppers, thrips, etc. Damage is caused by sucking and piercing pests. They are a vector for disease-causing organism, e.g. virus. They introduce toxic saliva into the plant tissues which interfere with plant growth, e.g. abnormal swelling, gall, and coffee leaves caused by antistrar bug. Reasons why insects are the major successful pests / reasons why most pests. Agriculture crop pests. They have defensive mechanisms, e.g. sting spines, and they pungent chemicals against predators. Some insects can camouflage to hide from predators. They are adversely distributed environment, giving them advantage to survive continuously. They are able to move very fast from predation, hence escaping from attack. Some pests are overpressed, i.e. produces their young ones alive, e.g. aphids. The agro system adopted by farmers increase their chances of survival. Minimum tillage promotes the build-up of pests on the farm. They have the ability to transform into dormant stage when there is food shortage, extreme climatic condition, etc. Insects are well adapted since they have stayed on Earth for long. They have little food requirements and they feed on a wide range of materials. They are small in size and can fit precisely in habitat, hence escaping predation. They have an exoskeleton which protect the inner organs against agriculture crop pests. Economic threshold. It is the pest population where control is to be done to reduce losses. Phytosanitary control. This involves methods of control that ensure use of materials that do not carry pests. Lethal dosage LD50, the concentration of the pesticide that kills 50% of the pest population, e.g. LD50 is the concentration that kills 50% of the referred organisms. Factors that contribute to the prevalence increase of pests in the tropics. Crop improvement. It has made crops of better quality which favors multiplication of pests. Change in farming systems. The introduction of large supply of food. The pests hence favoring their existence. Decline in species diversity. Elimination of species diversity disturbs the ecosystem through bush burning, deforestation hence increasing pressure on available crop plants. Climatic change that leads to destruction of the ecosystem and the habitats for the organisms. Introduction of new crops that come along with new crop pests. Increase in use of pesticides. This leads to increase in pesticide resistance. Agriculture crop pests. The following factors are considered when assessing pest damage / factors, which determine the need for pest control. Part of the plant attacked. If the plant is attacked on the most vital part, then the pest affects the commercial yield of the plant and control is needed. Population of the pest. If the pest population is high, then control is needed. Feeding habits of the pest. Biting and chewing pests cause major losses because they destroy important points of the plant while sucking. Pests cause indirect losses. Presence or absence of predators. Most predators eat their prey or weaken them immediately, therefore control may not be needed. Effect of climate on the pest. Climatic conditions like high humidity favors the multiplication of pests, e.g. Antinsia bugs and coffee. Stage of development of the pest. Certain insects are destructive at particular stages in the life cycle, e.g. larva stage in butterflies. Mobility of the pest. Mobile pests can cause a lot of damage than less mobile pests, therefore control is needed. Presence of alternate hosts to the pest. Alternate host even when the agriculture crop pests. Biological method. Chemical method. Legislative control. Integrated pest management. 1. Cultural method. This is the elimination of pest damage by employing agricultural practices normally used in the growing of crops such that it make environment unsuitable for continuous survival of pests. They include timely planting. This enables the crops to grow vigorously and reach harvesting stage early before pest population build up to the point that cause damage. Crop rotation. Alternation of crops in a plant sequence helps in breaking the life cycle of pests and starving them to death when the host crop is eliminated. Tillage. Tillage improves on soil conditions which enable proper growth of crop plants against pest attack, as well as exposing the life cycle of pests to harsh environmental conditions. Use of recommended spacing. This creates a microclimate that is discouraging for the survival of pests, e.g. close spacing control anti-strip bug and aphids in coffee and groundnuts respectively. Proper spacing also allows plant to have enough growth factors. Agriculture crop pests. Use of trap crops. A trap crop is used to attract the pests from reaching the main garden where the desired crop is growing. Palatable crop is planted around the main garden to trap the pest and is later destroyed before the pest completes its life cycle. Close/dead season. This is a period during which a susceptible crop to certain pest is not planted. It controls the pest by denying them food, hence starving to death. Destruction of alternate host plant. Some weeds act as alternate hosts of some pest, and therefore proper weeding is effective in the control of pests since they provide alternative hiding places for pests which affect crop plants. Use of clean planting materials free from pests to avoid introduction of pests in the field, e.g. banana weevils, sweet potato weevils, etc. Proper pruning. This removes infected part of plant to avoid secondary infection. It also destroys hiding ground for pests, hence discouraging their survival. Timely harvesting to avoid contamination of crops by the pests while still in the fields. Advantages of cultural pest control. The method is cheap to manage. Agriculture crop pests. This involves the use of specific physical/mechanical measures to control pest damage. It include the following: handpicking and destruction of pest, use of sound to scare away pests, use of traps to kill pests, use of male sterilization technique. 3. Biological method. This involves the use of natural enemies of pests to reduce pest damage. The enemies can be predators, parasite, etc., e.g. use of cats to control rats, use of ladybirds to control aphids, wasps to control caterpillars, etc. Advantages of biological pest control. It does not affect the environment. No pest resistant to the pest control methods. Disadvantage of biological pest control. That method is slow. It is difficult to completely eradicate pests. A lot of research is required to identify a biological agent for a particular pest. The biological agent may turn to be a pest to the crop if not studied properly. Characteristics of a good biological agent. Agriculture crop pests. It should attack the pest at the most damaging stage though. Biological agent should be selective in nature. 4. Chemical method. This is the reduction/prevention of pest damage by use of chemical compound to kill pest. A chemical used to control pest are called pesticides. Classification of pesticide. According to mode of action, stomach poisons this target the digestive system and it enters after being eaten by the pest, e.g. dieldrin and lundane. Contact poisons this go through the skin after dissolving the cuticles, e.g. marathion and DDT. Humidants, these are carried by air current and they enter through skin pores on the body of the pests, according to the organism killed by the pesticide. Insecticides kill insects. Acaricides kill ticks. Rodenticide kill rodents. Antibiotic kill bacteria. Agriculture crop pests. Narrow spectrum pesticide only affects restricted range of organisms. Broad spectrum pesticide can lead to pest resurgence. Pest resurgence is condition whereby the population of pests increase after treatment to more than before the treatment because the pesticide would have killed even the natural enemies of pests. Tolerance limit, this refers to the quantity of chemical residues that tend to remain in a product that is to be used as food. Pre-harvest period, this is the period that must elapse after applying a chemical before harvesting to allow the plant break down the chemical to a level below the tolerance limit. Lethal time LT, this refers to the length of time that is needed to kill a given number of pests, e.g. LT50 refers to the time needed to kill 50% of the total pest population. Lethal dosage LD50, this is the concentration of pesticide that kills 50% of the pest population, e.g. LD50 is the concentration that kills 50% of the referred organism. LT figure determines the strength of the chemicals. Factors that affect efficiency of pesticide. Concentration of pesticide. Pesticide should be of right concentration to give the right strength in killing the target pest. Agriculture crop pests. The concentration of chemical can be controlled to control pest population. Some chemicals are broad spectrum and therefore kills variety of pests, hence becoming cheap. Individual action can easily be taken by farmers to control pests. It can be used in time when pests are most destructive. Disadvantages of chemical pest control. The chemicals may kill predators and other useful organisms. The chemicals are poisonous to human being and animal. Most chemicals pollute the environment. The chemical may enter the food chain, hence affecting many organisms. Some pests may develop resistance to chemicals if used repeatedly. The chemicals are relatively expensive to the local farmers. Characteristics of good pesticide. It must be toxic to the pest. It must not be toxic to non-biological agents. It should be harmless to human and other mammals. It must be persistent. It should be easy to apply. Agriculture crop pests. Prevent introduction of spread of pests in areas where they have not reached. 6. Integrated pest management IPM. This is the use of many pest control methods to bring down the population of pests to a level which is not harmful. Advantages of IPM. It provides permanent solution to pest problems since one method reinforces the other. It is environmentally friendly since the use of chemical is put last. Disadvantages of IPM.